Alright, lads, so today we are going to finish the series that we started a few months ago once we did get our new SENKAIMON update. In this case, beating all SENKAIMON towers only using resurrectable characters. Thus far, it hasn't really been much of a struggle. And recently, we did just get the final SENKAIMON tower, that being for the human characters. So with that, to end it with a bang, we're going to make the challenge even harder. Instead of using resurrectable characters, we're now only going to use characters that you can receive for free. So essentially, all the SENKAIMON characters. We're beating SENKAIMON with SENKAIMON characters. Is that going to be possible? Let's find out. So first up for stage 1, mission set 1, we are up against Aaroniero, which is very fortunate for us. Out of all the SENKAIMON characters that we do have, Chad is definitely one of the better ones. Probably the best one. I mean, we are still working with super low damage output, mind you. We have like Frenzy +1 and what is 60% Berserker, so it's like this is like the lowest it can go. But because I have been playing since Chad was first introduced and the new SENKAIMON update does offer a lot of medals for us to pick up the characters, pretty much most of the characters we are going to use today are max transcended. And that's not even for the sake of the video or the challenge, that's just because they're really good links. So all my Chads here are worked on. So right now, 4 build should be pretty easy. We are also using Yoruichi as a EX ability, so this way I can give, Chad still more damage, but also have that, long stride from the EX ability. So that's actually really good for us, since we are using a technical character. So the Aaroniero killer is definitely going to help us out here. When you are working with characters that pretty much only have Frenzy +1, killer does go a long way. Normally, I don't think you need to really care about killer, but the extra 20%, maybe 40% damage, depending on the character you are using, is going to help out when you are especially trying to clear the quest in under 1 minute. Fortunately for us, at least right now, we do have access to, we're only in the first challenge, so we have 2 minutes to go. Now, right now, my biggest problem that I'm going to potentially face in this challenge is more so the bosses. We don't have a lot of range, so it's going to be a bit annoying trying to get the boss low enough, and then we have to try and flash step and dodge their attacks. So Charlotte shouldn't be too bad since he's a 4-star. So what we can do is just use the SA1, flash step out the way, and be fine. But depending on the other characters, it might be a bit annoying to try and dodge. We have no way to, inflict stat ailments, since Chad here at least, and also Tatsuki can't inflict stat ailments. I guess what we're most likely going to do is use our summon to get the enemies under 50% HP, and then use that distance to flash step away with ease. So first up, stage 1, mission set 1, using a full build, pretty easy, cleared in under 1 minute. Going into mission set 2, this time around, we are fortunately getting a melee damage bonus, which is great for us because Chad is a melee character. We also do need to now start limiting our accessories. In this case, only using 2 accessories, but with the 2 times melee damage, we should be good. So even though we've barely cleared the last stage in under 1 minute, this melee damage is going to go a long way. In this case, we're pretty much now one-shotting each wave of enemies with 1 strong attack. So that's going to be really good for us. In all honesty, I could also use my soul bomb, but again, I think I'm going to use the soul bomb for the enemies, the main boss more so. Just go away for the cooldowns, SA1, and there we go. We're already into the final room in just 25 seconds, which is great. So how much damage now are we going to do against Charlotte? Some pretty good damage. Already under half stamina. Again, fortunately for us, is it the 4-star? I think it is. No, it's not even the 4-star, is it? It's the zombie one. I keep forgetting which one it is. So even though it is actually a 5-star version, Charlotte does actually have a normal soul bomb distance. It's like 2000 AoE, right? We're still able to dodge it with ease, which is pretty good. So there we go. 38 seconds. We are now faster despite just limiting our accessories. So going into mission set 3, this time around, we only have to use 1 accessory, which isn't that big of a, challenge more so. We are using spiritual pressure characters. The only time a problem starts to arise is when we have to limit our links. But now we're also getting 5 times killer effects. This time around, though, we have saved the Power Chad in particular for the final mission set for stage 1, because the final boss is Technique, and there's a lot of Technique enemies. So, at this point, I mean, we were already one-shotting last time around. We should definitely be one-shotting this time around. And you know what? Probably our normal attacks are going to do some pretty good, respectable damage. So, yeah, we're definitely looking for a 30-second clear time. And we also might be able to... Will we be able to one-shot the entire boss? Maybe. We'll do a lot of damage, though. I'm actually slower here because some of the enemies are dodging, but it's fine. So we're going to clear in under 1 minute. So there we go. So let's find out how much damage we are going to do on our soul bomb. We are max transcended, but I haven't given the character level 10 focus because, you can't transfer focus when using a character as a link. So I only really leveled up the attack and SP. does actually get shot at under half stamina. At that point, SA1, and then finish up with the 2. So pretty easy thus far. It's not been too much of a struggle, but we are also using Chad, who is right now one of the better SENKAIMON characters. But we've also now used 3 of the 5 available Chads. I guess I could potentially pick up more duplicates of Chad and just use those copies. But, you know, we're not going to cheese this challenge by using multiple copies of Chad all leveled up. Because I could do that, but we're going to try out other characters using Tatsuki and, again, also Ichigo. But there we go. Stage 1, mission set 3 completed. Going into stage 2, mission set 1, this time around we are up against Soripas. Once more, fortunately for us, we are using Ichigo, who in this case is somewhat worked on, but he does have Soripa Killer, so again, fortunately, we are getting some good damage here. Now, we are using Power Ichigo more so to get him out the way because the final boss here is a speed character, and then right now, I feel like Shuhei as a boss is going to be a bit of a problem since he actually does have a good soul bomb and also can debuff us, even if he does miss. Maybe I should use a different attribute of Ichigo, but, you know, let's just get him out of the way. I'm pretty sure later on we're going to have to start limiting our, and we don't even have guard break. Oh, no, this is terrible. At least try out guard break, you know. But we are going to have to start limiting, I believe, our accessories. Sorry. But I believe next up, we are going to have to start limiting our links, which in that case, we are then going to have to switch to characters like Tatsuki, the normal attack damage characters. So it has been an absolute minute since I've last used Ichigo. Not that good, as I remember. Chad at least had, again, guard break. That made the quest a bit better, but the Soripa right now does go a long way. It's going to be probably our slowest clear time of the day, but we have 2 minutes to spare. You know, we have to beat this in 2 minutes, so we should be fine. At least we do have Lacerate, but sometimes Lacerate can be a bit of a problem, because sometimes you can sub him straight away, or just sub him the boss, and maybe get them under half stamina, but because you lacerated them, the boss isn't going to sub them. They're going to only sub them once the lacerate wears off, and then that means the boss is going to start chasing you, maybe get a bit too close. You know, you don't gain enough distance. If you're not keeping track of the, you know, timer of the status of hydration, you're not sure when the boss is going to sub them, and then you just get caught and get hit by the soul bomb. So we might actually see that now, actually. So we have to be a bit careful here when we do hit our soul bomb. I think I want to use it near the halfway point. I don't want to use it too early. So just flash step up, SA1. I guess we actually can use it now. We might actually be able to kill here. We have all our strong attack ready. Yeah, this play here. There we go. So fortunately, in this case, the lacerate does help us out. But that's only because... That's a funny end pose, but it's only because we were able to take out the boss while the lacerate was still active. If that wore off, it would be a different story. Stage 2, mission set 2. Now we have to start limiting our character links, but we do get a normal attack damage bonus. So now it's time to take out the normal attack damage characters. In this case, we're using Tatsuki, who unfortunately does not have killer here. But again, since we have to use a normal attack damage character, we're pretty much forced to use a Tatsuki. In this case, she's not max transcended in terms of damage output. We can get better on the 6 roll, but we'll keep it as it is. I don't think I need to re-roll just for this. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. We should be fine. So, we are going to have to break guard, unfortunately. That could be a problem when it comes to the 1 minute challenge, our next challenge, which might be one of the more difficult ones, but we'll see how it does go. The final boss is a speed character, so we are going to save the technique Tatsuki for that final boss, you know, because we're going to need every second, every bit of damage we can get. So we're definitely going to rely on the attribute advantage against the final boss. So right now it's not too bad. We're actually doing some pretty good damage. We only just be slow when we have to break guards. Other than that, though, not too bad. That's SA3, there we go. And the boost does come back in time for the final boss. At least when we get into that final room, let's make sure we dodge that. We're always making sure we give our characters long stride too, to make sure that we have that distance, that safety. So there we go. Especially when the boss does decide to summon, because we're going to have to dodge a soul bomb here. It's going to be a bit hard, especially when using a normal attack damage character. Fortunately, dodge that. You know, to be fair, what I could have done, hold on. Oh, damn, we're actually not under half stamina. Okay, let's get Shuei in the corner. Let him attack. Soul bomb. And then flash step away. There we go, that's how it's done. That is how you dodge the soul bombs, even when using a character like Tatsuki. Let's not choke it, though. Let's not throw the run. Just little taps. There we go. That's why we put long credit on our characters. Fortunately for us, with our normal attacks, it literally just got Shuhei right above the threshold where he would then use his sword bomb. So Tatsuki is now sealed. Honestly, not too bad thus far, but now the next challenge might be the most difficult quest yet. Because unfortunately, our next additional rule is player stamina ×2. And we, I believe, cleared the last quest in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So our damage output's not getting any higher, and we also now have to use one character link, so it's not looking too good for us. I'm now currently using Geo for that extra normal attack damage, but this time around, we have given Tatsuki level 10 attack, level 10 focus, and we do have the 500 extra attack. We are going to have to be quick here, so let's use our SA2 to break guard. There we go. Make sure we take down all of them. SA3. We're always going to need a strong attack every time an enemy is about to attack. I think I might have already messed up. This might be the most reset heavy run, because yeah, now we have no attack available. I guess we have to wait only a second, but every second counts here. And maybe I need to stop using my SA3. Sorry, my normal attack to push the enemies back. I need to kind of cancel it. That way we can not knock the enemies on the floor. So we do not have follow-up. Fortunately, this wave has no guarded enemies. Let's do the SA2. There we go. 9 seconds to go. Can we do it? Do I have weakened defense on the sword bomb? Let's find out. I do not. How much damage are we doing? We're doing a lot of damage here. We dodged. Dodge. No, we took the weakening hit. Not like this. All right, we'll have to restart. So it's going to be a bit random, but if Shuhei can actually use his normal attack, that's going to be really good for us because he's kind of locked in place. So like that, for example. There we go. We can just get a full normal attack string in. Shuhei goes down without even getting the opportunity to use a soul bomb. And we actually managed to clear this quest in under 1 minute. Fortunately for me, my technique, Tatsuki, most of them were worked on, to be fair, but fortunately this time around the 6th slot was 500 attack, so we were able to actually beat maybe one of the harder quests in this SENKAIMON tower in under 1 minute. Fortunately, again, the stars have aligned here that we do have a normal attack damage character that is a SENKAIMON quest unit. So now we pretty much only have to use our leftovers, whether that's Tatsuki, Ichigo, or Chad. In this case, we are using our Max Transcended Ichigo. Not fully max, right? But I think he was the first one I did Max Transcend at the time. You know, because anytime we get a new SENKAIMON character, I'm always going to instantly max out one of them. Just for the showcase, just to have, right? Now, I'm pretty sure most of my characters, SENKAIMON characters, are 5/5, if not all of them are. But am I going to max transcend all of them? Probably not. I do have access to a lot of Essence Scrolls, because I did do a lot of farming during the, you know, anniversary countdown event where, you know, the idea was to reset until you got an Essence Scroll. So right now, I'm on like 250 Essence Scroll, which is really good. And unfortunately, we got burned. But yeah, I can pretty much max transcend. I mean, I could always do that, but, you know, with level 13 Transcendence, you still want to kind of have Essence Scrolls saved up. You don't want to use them all. Yo, hello? I was not doing any damage to that character or enemy. But you always want to have some Essence Scrolls saved up just to have in case you need it. So I have like 200 right now, and honestly 200 feels low. So I can't imagine being on 50, which is what I was on, you know, before the quest came out during the anniversary. Would have been nice if you didn't have to reset multiple hours a day to get, you know, like 30 Essence Scrolls a day pretty much, right? Alright, so let's make sure we dodge these traps here. Player step. We have 2 minutes. I mean, we have 1 minute and like 15 seconds. We're not like golden on time here, but we should be good. Now, who is the boss? I'm pretty sure it's a 6th anniversary Aizen. Damn, we got burnt again. Do I just continue the run? Does it take me under? Okay, we need to stay above 50%. We might be fine. Alright, finish up with the SA1. There we go. We lost a bit of damage because we're not at full stamina, but, you know, maybe we'll be fine here. Let's find out. SA2. And damage is still pretty decent. Aizen as a boss, though, is a bit scary. SA1. Yeah, because he has the Vortex. Uh-oh. Can we kill? I'm in the Vortex. Hold on. I'm burnt again. All right, let's just restart. All right, then, so restarting. So what we're going to do here is kind of the same strategy. Oh, we actually cancelled the Vortex. That's actually pretty good. And we've got the Lacerate. Let's just sob them. We don't have strong attacks ready, though. Uh-oh. SA2. Normal attack. There we go. That was hella close. Closer than this should have been had I not taken damage, right, from the statues. But that is pretty much the last of Ichigo at the very least. We have 2 more Chads remaining. We should be able to use the 2 Chads for the next 2 stages. Fortunately, once more, since, you know, there's not that many amazing human characters, a lot of the additional rules here are benefits for us and not the enemies. The Soripa Tower in particular, you know, actually gets harder because the enemies get more HP. So now that we're picking up 2 times strong attack damage, we should be golden. We should be pretty much set for the entire quest, especially now that we get to once more use Chad. So no killer effect here. Oh, wait, Chad doesn't have guard break? I guess I didn't notice it because he had good strong attacks. Oh, you know, no, never mind. It was, we were up against the Ranka enemies in the first stage, and they don't have melee guards. Bit of a weird thing, by the way, that, like, just out of all the enemies there, no melee character, no Ranka character, sorry, has melee guards. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of characters that came out with melee killer never had guard break in the first place, because they just technically didn't need it, right? You know, Soifon, for example, I think is an example of that. The, what do you call it? Original Blood War unit. She just never had guard break because she just had a Ranka killer, essentially. So, dodge that. We did take a hit, but we do get enough distance now to at least dodge the Soul Bomb, which is great because we just don't want to get inflicted by weakening, right? And also, dodge out the way. Hold on. Hey, yo. Okay, we gotta restart. Alright, on to the next attempt. Here we go. So our sword's going to do some pretty good damage. Unfortunately, we just got caught into the... What do you call it? The vortex, right? But here we go. Now we should be able to dodge. And by the time Aizen gets to us, we're going to have 3 strong attacks ready. SA1. And then SA3. So there we go. Not too bad. And we also cleared in under 1 minute. Not like we needed to, but it's a promising sign for our next quest. Especially because in this case, we also further pick up a damage multiplier. In this case, more damage to enemies on our Soul Bomb. So we'll take that. We now only have to use 1 accessory, but shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? Our strong attack damage is going to be a little bit lower this time, but the summon damage is going to be really good for just getting Aizen under, again, half stamina to dodge the Soul Bomb. And we completely whiffed that SA2. That is crazy. 1 minute though. Hold on, is this possible? I'm kind of forgetting we have to clear in 1 minute. 25 seconds on the first stage is good. The summon damage will definitely help out for us trying to get under... Maybe not even under half stamina, just to kill, really. There we go. SA3, that's good. SA1. Make sure we dodge this, though. I'm going to need my SA1 here. Quickly get up there before the traps continue to go off. SA1, does that kill? Okay, 11 seconds. We have 3 strong attacks. Potentially upwards to 5. And also a really good soul bomb. So let's do that. SA2. Let Aizen attack us. He did use his... Oh! It's close. No, it's not. Okay, we gotta restart once more. So what we're gonna need to do is use our strong attack straight away. Like, we have no time to spare. So SA1 into the 2. Can we soul bomb and dodge? Oh my god, we can. Wait, oh, we don't have enough damage. We kill, but that's not going to be enough. We're going to have to restart the quest entirely and save some extra time in the first 2 rooms. Alright, then there you go. SA1. I pretty much don't want to save any strong attack. We want to make sure we use them straight away. I guess to be fair, that 1 strong attack 2 missing kind of cost us the run, ironically. Like SA1. Back up. SA1 again. Then 3. So I think we're a bit faster here. 20 seconds now into the second room. With some strong attacks to spare. Enemies go down there. SA1. SA3 here should kill everyone, right? There we go. Let's get up, not get burnt. SA2. And then in this case, we're going to wait a few seconds. Let the strong attacks come back. And now we have plenty of time to spare. 17 seconds, right? So yeah, we were just too slow on the first original room. So SA1. SA2. SA3. And then we'll let the enemy attack. There we go. Soul Bomb. Just to make the dodging easier. Because we now have the spare time to do so. Let me just SA1 to get out of that range of the vortex. Still super close though. Literally came down to the last second. Having these characters maxed out from playing SENKAIMON since these characters came out has definitely helped out. But we were able to do it. So there we go. You know, I'm kind of glad the human Senkaimon Towers was the last one added. Because, you know, I've been saying, you know, some people are saying the human might be one of the more difficult ones, which technically is true depending on the character you do own. But in a way, it's the only tower that is technically beatable only using free-to-play characters. We don't have many free-to-play characters in this game that are considered true free-to-play because the only way to get them is by playing the game, playing the quest. There's some other free-to-play characters that you can get, you know. There's the cons every time that co-op event comes back, but those cons in particular aren't really too good. And, you know, you don't really count summonable characters, because technically Bambietta right now is free, because you're going to just pick her up from the, you know, exchange shop, but she is still a summonable unit, so we won't count her as a free character. But these are strictly characters you can only get by playing the game, not by summoning. But there we go. We have gone ahead and done it, beating every single Senkaimon quest, only using resurrectable characters. And to wrap it up for the final tower, we've now done it only using free-to-play characters. Unfortunately, what this does mean is that I now have to go back and clear all the quests again using better characters. So next time this tower does reset in 29 days, I'm not going to have another hard time, right? We can just go in and breeze through it. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. At this point, I guess we're just going to wait for stage 4 and stuff to come out, because eventually we are going to get another stage through these towers, a more challenging quest, where we're then going to want to bring more humans, Soripers, Aronkas, etc. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.